Okay, so one of the things that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do some prep work on a circuit board. So this is called a piece of stripboard. You can see that it's got these copper rails on it, and that's why it gets that name, stripboard, for the copper strips. And one of the things that this is just kind of a really useful tool for creating lots of different kinds of circuits. And one of the ways that we can modify it for our purposes is just by drilling holes in different places in order to break through each of these copper strips to kind of break the conductivity. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just kind of go over a quick how-to on breaking through that conductivity. So you're going to take a drill. It's just a hand-powered drill. Okay, you're going to crank this thing to drill. And when you're using this, first of all, I mean, just common sense here. The only place that you should be using it is on the circuit board. Don't use it on this wood platform. Don't use it on the table. Don't use it on anything else. Okay, it goes right here and nowhere else. Okay, when you're drilling, you want to pay careful attention to how deep you're going, because you don't want to drill through the board. You only want to drill through the copper. Okay, so I'm going to drill 3 holes into it, and I'll kind of show them to you so you can see which ones make sense. But before I do, what you're going to want to do before you start drilling is to go ahead and look at the diagram, okay, and mark up your strip board so that it matches the diagram. Okay, so looking here, you see that the second hole, I've got a blank mark there, so I need to mark out in row B the second hole. Now, when you do this, the circuit board you're going to use is going to be a little different. I'm using a junk one right now because it doesn't have enough rails. Okay, so but the second hole in the first row up I want to do, and it says row 8 in hole 8 in rows A and B. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and mark those ones. Okay, and then 12 and 13, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. There should be 3 in between. Okay, so I'll mark those ones that I need to drill, and so on. You'll go through and mark them up on the whole board like that, so that you know in advance where to drill. Okay, then to drill it, you're going to go ahead and place it. I've kind of made little like mounts for them to keep it in place while you drill. You'll take the drill and hold it there, okay, and you're going to need to apply a little bit of pressure, okay, and then you're going to turn the handle to drill, okay. And so this one, if you look at it, is pretty much kind of the optimal amount. So you can see that I've completely broken through the copper. There's no copper above or below the hole. Okay, and that's the purpose here, to break completely through the copper. Okay, so I'm going to drill 2 more holes, and I'll show you that I'll purposely make them bad ones. So for this next one, I'll drill this one, and you can try to think maybe what you think I did wrong there. Okay. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so take a look at this one. What do you think is wrong with this one that I just did? Okay. And then let's do this last one. Okay. And then look at this last one here. What do you think is wrong with this last one I just did? Okay, and this last one actually is almost good, but just barely, and I don't think you can even see it on this video, but there's a little bit of copper left over just beneath the hole. So like it's bridging across right here, like at the very bottom of it. It looks like it's broken on here, but it's connected just a little bit still, and that amount of copper still there is enough to make it so the hole isn't serving its purpose. You want to break entirely through that copper rail like this one here. Okay, so don't go too far through because you're going to weaken it. It'll make it so the board snaps a little bit, like pretty easily. And then this one won't. Some of them more rigid than others. And then this one right here, you didn't drill far enough. Okay, I'll put this in the bin so you can look at them a little more carefully. So this one on the left is what you want. These other 2 are the ones that are not good. Okay, be careful with the drill. Please don't misuse the drill. And use these mounts here to hold it in place while you drill so it doesn't move around. Okay, you should be able to get through all these just real quick, and then check through again to make sure that they're like this one and not like this one, because if you drill your holes like this one where they're not all the way through, what's going to happen is that at the end of the project you're actually going to have to go back and re-drill them in order to make it work. Okay, so let's get them right this first time. Okay,